Very fortunate to have such great teams that are... Oh no. Oh, I almost hit the continue button. That would have been so bad. Very fortunate to have some teams that are happy to adjust and play, and that are also all understanding about some of the issues the game is having. But we're back in our second attempt here. And this is very reminiscent of what we saw the first time, where What's Poppin' kind of ran to this back corner here, but actually has some success this time finding somebody, and it's Anley, who's changed her name. Thank you for that. This way I remember, but I just wanted to call you by the right name. There's footsteps still back in there, so Anley with a good loop, but actually came out the wrong end of that vault here. So What's Poppin' gets an early hit off on that, and we'll continue this chase as well, following the scratches, following the blood. I'm looking for some more. That's a lot of blood coming out from her, by the way. If that signifies anything to you, of different perks the killer might be running. A good phase and a good pallet drop in time there for Anley. Nico T, Terrifier, Sheldon haven't been seen just yet, even through this chase across the map. Anley probably keeping them isolated or far away. This vault here will do so. What's Poppin'? Recognizing this chase is maybe for naught. Tinker does go off, so that's one of the similar perks. That is a perk that was being run last time with What's Poppin'. That generator actually gets completed. Wow, so 2 survivors on that. That was Jeff and Dwight. So Terrifier and Nico T will get those that generator completed. So we'll go ahead and add those 2 points on. The chase continues here for Jeff. All the way in this back corner he's going. Interesting, What's Poppin' didn't decide to go around right and cut off. But look, that Tinkerer pops on the other side of the map too. So even if What's Poppin' gets his hit here, Anley gets healed by the way. Even if What's Poppin' gets his hit, which he does, that speed boost will go through. There's a generator still 70% somewhere, and it's awfully close by. And What's Poppin' actually decides to continue the chase, but now doubles back to protect the generator. Just looking for scratches. Looking for a survivor somewhere. Can't find him just yet. We saw that generator had no progress on it there. And again, Tinker, when the generator hits 70%, it will kind of notify the killer that a generator is at that point, which is not what Tinker used to be. But it is now. That's a perk you can almost run on anybody, right? Like, it's just a solid all-around perk, especially when you get that undetectable status. But this is interesting. A Tinker just goes off again, and What's Poppin' decides to come back to this generator. And looks for Laurie here. We see the pushes move. And vault to the window. That's our team captain Sheldon now buying a lot of time. Second generator gets completed. We heard her footsteps, so she's still underneath. Comes out the other side, runs around. And Sheldon, again, still fully healthy, by the way. Just taking What's Poppin' for a bit of a loop here. 4 points now. Bloodlust Tier 1 activates. Gets a hit in the back, barely. Tinker activates on the other side of the map. Should be able to get it down here. What's Poppin'? Should. Dead Hard came through a little too early for Sheldon. Generator gets done. Second one gets done. So that's now 8 points. This is the first down of the game for Team Acid. Oh, this is super unfortunate for Acid. Let's pop on the throw. Sheldon on the hook. Other survivors need to complete one generator, and Tinker goes off, signifying this one's at 70%. What's Poppin' comes over here, decides to go pop it on that generator. Will knock it down 25% of the progress using that. Sheldon off the hook. Where did it go? Through this corridor, around this side. We listen to them, we can hear them. But Sheldon just taking What's Poppin' super far away from that generator. It's at 70%. The swing misses, actually. And that generator pops off again. Sheldon will not get picked up. Could have Decisive Strike, by the way. Didn't make any meaningful progress, I don't think, on anything else to stop it. And this generator is going to be so close to being done. And it does get done here. Nico T helps finish it off. Takes a hit in the back for the work. That's now the 10th point for Saloedi. And that'll be the second point for Acid. This hook comes through. Sheldon's still down, by the way. Sheldon now up. Second point comes through for Acid. I would almost expect the survivors to just leave. If it's possible for them to just get out now, I think that's the call. Because you would gain so many points from those hook states not being attained. It would be ridiculous. And it would almost be insurmountable for Acid to come back from their second match. Sheldon just got healed. All three survivors still alive, healthy, so they might come in for the save. But then you're risking 1 point for more. Because it is just going to be 1 point for each survivor that escapes. So I wonder if they just leave Nico there. It would deny more points from the killer, but we'll see. What's poppin'? Looks like the play is to camp this hook out, which is the right decision, by the way, I think. Just to try to scrap some points together and hopefully have a sensational survivor game here. Door does get open. And now the survivors are actually coming for the save here. Jeff gonna get right in the way and body block, but it's not enough as Anley takes a hit and goes down here. Terrifier kind of escorting to the exit will take a hit in the back as well. And I think they just leave at this point in time. Anley's still on the ground by this hook. Will get picked up. Someone's behind. Good attempt with a firecracker there. Anley goes on the hook. That'll be the third point here. And again, that was a really good attempt that worked out really well. Props to What's Poppin' for fighting for the body block. But they're actually going to heal up and try to come back again. This is another point that they can just be handing over to Acid here. I think you just leave. They're healing Nico, though, I would assume. Take a look. Yeah, so they are healing Nico. And they do know the Sloppy Butcher's on, so those healings take a long time. Here they come again. Attempt number 2. Not going to leave their teammate there. What's popping? Ready, lying in wait. Survivors coming from all different directions here. Who's got the ball in time? Jeff takes the first hit. Loy goes for the unhook. Loy gets the unhook. Dwight takes a hit as well. This could be it. They're going to run out together. We see Sheldon in the back, the team captain, trying to body block for his team. The spear can phase right through all this. Can they get to somebody else? I think they're going to actually be able to here. They will. They get to Nico T. Terrifier is out of the building, by the way. Sheldon's going to try to body block this one. They're going to try to heal tech it as well. Is it going to work? Anley goes down. I think Anley maybe just crawls out now if she can. Anley is not able to crawl out here. Does Anley have decisive strike? Anley does not have decisive strike. Nico will be able to crawl out probably. Sheldon will stay for the moment. Nico T crawls out. Sheldon will go out as well. We'll add those 3 points for the survivors crawling out or escaping. And Anley goes up on the hook. That's going to be point number 4, 5, and 6 now for the killer. And that will be... How many hook hits has that not gotten? 7. So it's going to be 20-6 in favor of the survivors. Team Saloedi. If they had left, it would have been 22-4. So if they had left sooner with the bonus points and the hooks and stuff like that, it would have been 22-4, which would have been super difficult. I think What's Poppin' made the best out of a bad situation there by scrounging those last 2 points with the survivors coming back to heal and pick up and try to make it happen. So good on the survivors for trying to make it happen. But 20-6 is the scoreline. That is not insurmountable. That is very difficult, but a good game here for the killer from Acid. They could pull it back. We'll have to see. All right, so we are in the game 20-6 with Saloedi and some early pressure on Acid, which is exactly what Saloedi, or excuse me, it's exactly what Acid didn't need on a Fang Mid Captain 3-Vox. And now a hit on the Barbie, who's the co-captain of the team. So Saloedi and Acid 20-6. Acid with 2 survivors hurt about a minute into the match here. So not a good start for Acid. A vault back to that window. Wow, that was awfully close, but Barbie does actually get hit in the back from this and go down. So that will move us up with this hook to 21 points to 6. Hopefully the other survivors for Acid are being productive on some generators right now. And they will get tossed up onto this hook. Volga looking for any more people that they can find. 3 generators in this area haven't been touched. The other 3 have corrupt intervention on them. So you wonder what the survivors for Acid are doing right now. And that there is some scratches there in this structure. We do see Mia in this area as well. It's been Karabin. We'll take a hit in the back. Sprint away in the opposite direction, and Volga, happy with that trade, will go right over to the hook again. You can hear footsteps as well in the area, and that's awkward. This V's is now playing the killer dance of, am I unhooking, am I not unhooking, do you want to hit me, do you want to grab me? Because again, you can get grabbed at full health here if you get caught in the unhook. So Volga happy to stand here. Volga can actually try to body block and then hit, but the pressure is on now because the entity's about to hit Barbie. Generator gets done. Barbie actually goes into phase 2. This is so awkward here. We get the grab, we don't get the grab, oh my goodness, what is happening? So Barbie does go into phase 2, Ikbin Karabine does go down, and the survivors did complete a generator. So we're going to go ahead and add the points for the survivors to go into the generator. We're going to add the other point for Saloedi to go ahead and get a point for themselves. And another survivor gets down now too. So now there's 2 survivors down on the ground. Ikbin Karabine and V's are both down on the ground. Barbie's hurt in the area. That is Barbie, excuse me. She's in this area still. Pallet goes down. I would expect to go over the pallet. And that is the exact same thought that Volga had. And Volga will be able to down her as well. Acid 3 Vox around somewhere. Both survivors, Karabin and Cloudy, stand up at the exact same time. Interestingly enough. Excuse me, that's rough. Barbie's dead, by the way. That's not a good look. I'm pretty sure this game's out of reach now for this for the survivors, by the way. So one of them stood up from, I would assume, Unbreakable, when he was able to get up from 3 Vox coming over to help the team. Good movement, hiding the light. Volga and Ikbin Karabin will go down again. Oh, a flashlight save though. Oh no, so close. We haven't seen one at all this tournament actually. But that is as close as it's going to get to being successful, I think. Another point to the killer over here. Coming out of the phase pretty quickly thereafter. Just happy to protect his hook. Faking a phase. Doesn't work just yet, so they'll actually go for the phase instead. Moving in this direction. Generator has been touched a little bit. But she knows what both the survivors are. Kicks this generator, pops it back to 0%. Claudette comes in for the save. So V's going for Karabin. A good loop run will hit onto V's right there. So Volga with a good movement there. Some mechanics to get that hit off of the right person. But the person probably does go down in the end from it. And they will. So V's will fall after dropping the pallet and running around. And that'll be another point over to Saloedi once they get hooked. So that'll bring them up to 26 points to 8. And again, yes, this game now is officially out of reach, no matter how well Acid plays from here on out. Unless my quick math is miserable. That is the first hook of the game as well, by the way, for V's. So could be a couple more points coming in that way. But Saloedi is taking the first game of this set, or the first set of this series, and running with it. We do see 3 boxes in the area. Actually opting to go for the save. V's unhooks themselves with Deliverance. We can tell because they cannot be healed for the next 60 seconds. Volga deciding to stop and pop that generator. Taking the phase. We hear the footsteps behind us, so good movement there by 3 Vox if the phase was real, but it wasn't. So Volga should get a free hit in the back and will. Volga runs away into the shack here. Strongest loop in the game, but can it stop his spirit? We'll find out in a moment. It doesn't stop the spirit. As Volga outplays 3 Vox for a second time in a row, gets down. The basement's in the area as well. And that is going to be the target for the hook here. That'll be point number 27 for Saloedi. And that is 3 Vox's first hook as well. There are 6 more hooks to be attained. 2 on Acid, 2 on V's, and 2 on Karabin. Speaking of Karabin, we've got it right here. Pop goes the Weasel charge will go off on this generator before the hook comes through. Very well played there. Where did Karabin go? Well, we're not even looking for it right now. Looking for V's instead. This generator's got a lot of progress on it. We're listening for footsteps. Don't hear anything yet. 3 Vox does hit phase 2 in the basement. So it'll be point number 28. Going over to Saloedi here. Some scratches still in this area, by the way, as the chase continues on. V's this way, that way. I think V's ended up going the wrong way here. Taking a flashlight for fun. Volga happy to respond with some head shakes. And all survivors are down or hooked now for Saloedi. So we will start throwing some points. Or all the survivors are down for Master. We'll start throwing some points at Saloedi. That'll be point number 29 here. 3 bucks in the basement is about to go down officially. He won't do it just yet. Robin's going to get tossed up on the hook, though. All right, there goes Acid. There goes 3 bucks. And there goes V's as well. So that brings it up to 33. And then Karabin also goes down. So that's going to bring us up to 36 total because of her hook as well. So 36-8. Super strong start from Saloedi. 36-8 is going to be the final score here. Actually, no, it's not even going to be the final score because the generators that weren't completed. So that total 36 was actually going to bump up a pretty good amount more because there were 4 generators not completed. That's going to bump up to 44 points. So 44-8 is the final score of the first set. Acid has their work cut out for them, and they probably recognize that now as they move into game 2. We are switching sides, so Saloedi will start as the killer again. So maybe we see just a tiny bit more of Volga.